know, sent out.
Yeah, you can find it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't know what's
Well,
going
laser
on.
cutting, unfortunately. Laser cutting polycarbonate actually makes cyanide gas. So
Oh, I did that all the time. So.
oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind then.
is
Yeah,
this-
Once you try
Oh,
it.
no, I don't think it's healthy, but I did it all the time.
Okay. I mean,
I had a ventilation fan on.
I mean, I
Okay, I don't know. Oh yeah, there we go. Just starting off with a few announcements. So the member agreement forms are due to Grace tonight, so make sure you get those down or turned in, otherwise we won't be able to get you on the email list or added to the Slack or really added to anything. So it's really important that you get those done and submitted. Additionally, there's a volunteer activity this Saturday working with just like a local community partner at the state fairgrounds. It's from 7:30 a.m. to kind of like 11-ish. They're looking for 5 to 6 volunteers just to help them run some of their stations. She said the stations were microbits, little bits, and electric houses. I don't know exactly what those mean, but she said it's pretty like low level in terms of engineering knowledge, and they just kind of need help running them. So if you're interested in doing that, go ahead and just shoot me a message on Slack. We need volunteers, so it would be great, especially for some of the new people, to kind of get you involved. Additionally, Jack, you had an announcement regarding the Bessie facade design ideas.
All right, so for those of you not familiar, I'm the committee lead for Bessie, which is kind of just an FRC drivetrain that has a little Boilermaker special train on it.
Nope, sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said to me, sorry. But what we're looking to do this year is try to crowdsource the design a little bit, try to get more people involved. So the actual facade itself, I can give you the dimensions if anyone's really interested, but 36 by 27 rectangle that sits 6.5 inches off the ground. And if anyone has any ideas, they can be in the form of a paper sketch, in the form of a 3D model, however motivated you may be, that would help us make a pretty awesome facade. Just remember, it's supposed to be sort of grounded in the realm of the Boilermaker Special and train, so we're open to anything.
No,
you know?
just happy to
So if you've got any ideas in that regard, it's something we'll be using at events, something we're trying to rebuild for real this time with some higher quality parts and engineering, so any input is appreciated. You can email that to me, or we don't have it set up yet. There will be an announcement in the Slack. We'll have all the logistics in there, but if there's any interest, actually raise your hand if you'd be interested in participating. 1, 2, all right, cool, not 0, sweet. We'll make that happen, we'll get an announcement out there. Thank you.
Yeah, there's our Boilermaker Extra Special Small Edition.
Awesome.
Okay, let me go on ahead and pull up the QR code so that we can mark all of you as being attended. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you guys please fill out the parking volunteering thing? Because only 3 people did, and we're not going to make any money from that. So shout out to the 3 people that did, but like that's $160. We could be getting like 1,000. I know that it's not how everybody wants to spend a Saturday morning, but if we all do it, it could be fun. You still get to go to the football game, and you get PF points for it, and we might be doing a raffle for people that do it too. It's in the works, depending on if I'm willing to spend money. So please try to fill it out by tonight if you're free and willing and able. I would appreciate it, the parking people would appreciate it, and the org would appreciate it. So, would be nice. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate. And just so you guys know, that kind of like extraneous money is really something that would then all be like kind of going back to you. So it's kind of like with the ad like fundraising funds and stuff like that, we can then just like do more fun like social events as an org. So just kind of more reasoning to do it. Okay, but without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started with going into YPP, which is the Youth Protection Program. So this is just serving to be kind of an overview class. As kind of a disclaimer, first off is content warnings. It's about youth protection. If you're sensitive to that information, I would maybe recommend stepping out. We're just doing it for the first 10 minutes, so you can then come back and join us for the after activity. As another disclaimer, I am not a lawyer, so don't take legal advice from me. I'm just telling you what I know about how this works with Purdue and First. And then kind of as I mentioned, this is just serves as an overview. All members will be expected to complete Purdue's YPP training. It's just like a 30 to 60 minute online class, but I'll be giving more information about that later. Okay, so starting off with why we are going over this. Basically, children are a vulnerable population, and we obviously work a lot with children, so we need to make sure that we're keeping them protected. Additionally, it's the law. If you're 18 or older in the state of Indiana, you are legally considered a mandatory reporter. So if you notice a violation, you are legally required to report it, otherwise you can get into trouble yourself. And then this is just an overview class, but you will have to take it through Purdue if you want to be able to do anything through PFP involving minors. And if you are also planning on mentoring a team, there's an additional class that you have to take through first. There we go. So this is kind of first code of conduct violations that I pulled straight from their YPP guide. Just kind of going over this as an overview of these would be considered violations and things that you would need to report. So the first one is endangering or enabling said endangerment, the safety, security, or integrity of a child, deliberately shaming, humiliating, or demeaning a child, threatening or intimidating a child, engaging in personal communication with a child outside team activities or educational/career matters, engaging a child in activities that are not related to FIRST or educational/career matters, spending personal time with a child outside of FIRST except for family and family friends, keeping activities with a child secret or encouraging a child to keep activities a secret from other adults, making sexually explicit remarks or showing sexually explicit material, making inappropriate gestures or contact, using offensive language or gestures, and failure to follow communication and reporting requirements. So this is straight from FIRST's Code of Conduct, but as a student org, we also have our own guidelines that we follow, so there are some additional ones for that. And basically it's just always keep communication with students on team sanctioned platforms. We've had instances in the past where students will try to invite maybe one of their favorite mentors to their Discord that they have with other members on the team. If it's not an official team sanctioned platform, you can't join it. When in doubt, just ask, and we'll kind of let you know whether or not that would be an okay thing to do. PFP communications are not to be shared with the students. That's something where if there's something we need to share with the team, we're going to do it through the sub-team director, so don't feel like you need to do it yourself. Your friends from high school are still FIRST students, you are not. Sometimes this can get a little bit tricky, especially if some of you are from the West Lafayette, Indiana, or West Lafayette area. Maybe we even mentor a team that you are a part of, but you just need to keep in mind that they are still a student, they're still a minor, and you are not. So just need to make sure that you're keeping that relationship professional. Don't drink when children are in your care. This is especially important if you are traveling with a team. Even if some of the other maybe team members go out to the bars or something like that, you are not allowed to go with them. Or you can, but you just at least can't drink. Also, don't violate any SAO or university policies or really any laws. So you shouldn't be partaking in underage drinking or illegal drug use, and you also shouldn't be providing that to the kids we mentor. You also can't drive kids, so if you have a car on campus, you aren't allowed to drive a kid from to a competition, or even if they just need a ride home after a meeting. You can help them find a ride, but you cannot be that ride yourself. And when in doubt, just talk with your director or one of the officers. We'll be able to kind of help figure out what you need to do to make sure you guys don't get in trouble and we don't get in trouble. So in terms of reporting, if you're aware of a violation, you must report it. It's a requirement from FIRST, so us as an organization can get into some issues if we don't abide by that. And then it's also an Indiana state law. So as an adult over the age of 18 in the state of Indiana, you are required to report suspected child abuse or neglect. And additionally, as someone who works in a youth-serving organization, you have an extra responsibility to report these crimes, and you will face stricter criminal penalties for knowingly failing to do so. So failure to report is a Class B demeanor in Indiana, and it carries a maximum punishment of 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. So we obviously don't want that to happen to any of you, which is why we're going over all of this information. For how to report, if the child is in immediate danger, call 911. If this is an incident of child abuse or neglect, file a report with the Indiana Department of Child Services. I've included the hotline number there. I will also be sharing these slides after the fact, plus this is recorded, so all this information will be readily available after tonight's meeting. Additionally, you need to notify your volunteer supervisor. This can kind of mean a few different things depending what you're actively doing, but if you're on a team, this is your lead mentor and your director. Both should be notified. At an event, this is the actual person that supervises your role. If in doubt, either find the volunteer coordinator or the event manager. This person also may have to file a report with the Department of Child Services, just as a note. Basically what happens after kind of you've initially contacted these people is the supervisor should then communicate that message to the officers of PFP. our faculty/staff advisor. We will then share that information with each other and exec if it's necessary. Basically everyone involved in that should then work together to file a report of non-medical concern with First Youth Protection Department. And then depending on the circumstances, further reports to Purdue may be required. This could include a Title IX incident report or an incident report with SAO or ODOS, which are a couple of the student organizations. They're not run by students, but organizations assisting students at Purdue. And then basically us as officers will work with you to make sure that this process is completed. Like we said, we don't want you guys getting in any trouble, and we don't want the org to get in any trouble either. I'm going backwards. So some important links. The first one here is the Purdue YPP class. Make sure that you have this done by the end of September, or if you are planning on mentoring a team, make sure that you have it done before you go and mentor that team. Once you have it completed, you'll basically get a little certificate notification, I think just through your email. Just go ahead and take a screenshot of that and either send it to Grace via email or Slack. Additionally, if you are a returning member, this is something that you will need to do. It's something you have to do once a year, so make sure that you do that. The second link I have listed here is the first YPP guide. So these are their specific guidelines regarding YPP. So it's just their additional rules for what's considered a violation and everything if you ever need to reference it. Additionally, if you're planning on mentoring a team, there is first mentor/YPP training that you are required to do as well. So that's what the next link is. And then just as an additional note, background checks may be required by a school that you're mentoring or if you're volunteering there for a competition. Yeah, so that is all that I had for YPP. I would say it's not necessarily a fun topic, but to kind of follow that up, and then also because I know it's IR week, which can be stressful for students, we're actually going to do a little team activity. So we're going to be doing teamwork group trivia. So start off by kind of figuring out a team of 4 to 5 people. Just maybe look for the people around you.
Do you want my help?
That would be nice.
So you need a 4 certificate.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Who wants to win? We need one.
This is also general trivia, so don't feel like you need to know first or Purdue knowledge like at the last one.
Oh no. I hate general trivia. It's all going to be sports and culture.
What's your name?
Fourth of $10 $200. So we can do it's definitely not expensive.
We can do it with 3. So knock it out.
Okay, well one of the rules is then not going to apply to you. This isn't normal trivia, this is group trivia. So does everyone kind of have a group sorted? We'll start in this corner, we need a group name. Or if you guys just want to be team 1.
One team.
One team.
Hashtag one team.
Make sure you get the hashtag.
Hashtag one team. But spell it out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there we go.
Why?
It's a GM thing. It's one of their slogans.
Team one.
Okay, right behind them, I think you guys are kind of a
Just a team name. Team name.
team name, okay. I hope they aren't taking your guys' team names here. It's kind of first come, first serve. Okay, this next group?
Team one.
Team 1, okay. Is that spelled out or the number?
Spell out.
Spelled out, okay. Okay. Then behind them?
Group one.
Okay, then next up?
It's team 1, but it's spelled W-O-N.
Okay. I like it, very creative. Is there another team on this side? Okay. Team with 2 E's. Do you do also team 1 or just team? Just okay. Starting in this front corner.
Team number 1 spelled out.
Okay. Number spelled out as well. Okay.
This is so difficult.
Come on, Grace. Okay, and then
We're going to win.
team 2. Oh, we got a team 2.
That's what the next number is.
Okay. A team?
hyphen team or a team? A team.
Spell it out.
Like a team, it's like a team? Yeah.
for the recording.
All right. Team 1 spelled T-E-Y-M-H-E-1.
I need that again.
T-E-Y-M-H-E.
Okay.
The number 1.
Okay. Thank you, Grace. So basically, the rules for how this trivia is going to work is you will first be given the topic of the next trivia question, and then you and your team need to decide who's going to be answering the question for your team. So that person will then come up to the front. I have some pencils, but if you have a writing utensil, I could only find 4. So please come and bring more.
Oh, let me choose your answer.
Everyone has to answer one question.
So you will need to send one person up to answer the question. So it's kind of figuring out who on your team would be best suited to answer it.
Do we get the question first, then to drop down?
What was that?
We're gonna topic.
Okay,
I'm assuming we get a rep down, then the question.
yeah, so you get a rep down and then the question will come. Additionally, a single person can't answer more than 3 questions. I know you guys only have a team of 3, so 4 questions for you guys. And everyone must at least answer 1. So let's go ahead and get started. The first topic is candy. So go ahead and figure out who on your team is going to come down.
Let's see how it's going.
So they come up.
Yeah. And then come to this area.
Hashtag one team. One team. It's on you.
Okay. So, no, you don't need to write your name. Oh yeah, if you want to write your team name, that way we can reuse the paper so we're not being wasteful, that would be great.
Because that really narrows it down.
Yeah, it will really help us figure out who's who. Okay, so the first question, what is the rarest classic M&M color?
Everybody's just like, I know this one.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, does everyone have an answer? Or one more? Okay, so the answer is brown. So if you got it right, let Grace know your team name.
Yes, Jack.
Did we get it? Did we get it?
Yeah, I know, surprisingly it's the rarest.
That's what I see the most.
Yeah, really? I feel like it's just because it's not as like, did anyone else get it right? Anyone else? Okay.
Just you. There you go, Jack. I thought brown was the most common.
So the next topic is Greek mythology. So go on ahead and figure out another team representative.
I read Percy Jackson.
Okay, so you guys can all try to find your team paper and your writing utensil. The question is, according to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth?
I feel like Eve is too obvious.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pandora. Did anyone get that right? You did? Okay, go ahead and give Grace your team name. I'm sorry to all of you Percy Jackson fans who didn't know the answer. So you came up like, yes, I know Greek mythology, and just didn't get it. Okay, so next on the topic is authors. So go ahead and send representatives.
All right. Welcome.
It's like a team or something.
Okay, and the question is, what author wrote the Winnie the Pooh books?
Do they even read that in school anymore?
I just saw it. I don't remember.
Anyone who's maybe like does a lot of
Christopher Robin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
J.K. Rowling.
1. Okay, go ahead and get your answer down if you have it. A.A. Milne. Did anyone get it? Awesome, we have one who got it.
What?
Way to go. The next topic is animals.
I got this. I believe in you.
Okay, and the question is, what is the loudest animal on Earth?
Okay, is there any sports questions?
No, I did not include sports.
I think I've every question so far.
I can't see that. Maybe if you put in pop culture like
Okay, if everyone's got something written down, the answer is a sperm whale. Did anyone get that Okay, the next topic is holidays.
I don't really know.
Okay, does everyone have their team's paper? Do you need yours? There we go. Okay, so the question is, in the UK, what is the day after Christmas known as? Hey, you cannot put December 26th. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and the answer is Boxing Day. Why don't you let Grace know if your team got it right?
I got this. You don't
The next topic is Disney.
Let's go.
I know.
I was just at the front.
This is an Atlantis question. All
No kidding, I was thinking of her when I read this question. Okay, and the question is, how many of the 7 dwarfs have a name ending in the letter Y? I'll give you guys a little extra time in case you need to like count them off.
I remember all the 7 dwarfs.
I've watched this movie since I was like very young. I have not watched movies since I was very young, so.
Okay, is everyone ready? Does anyone need more time? Okay, the answer is 5. Dopey, Happy, Grumpy, Sleepy, and Sneezy.
I put 65.
Tom and Bashful are the other 2.
Why did everyone put
I knew it wasn't all set.
The next question is a
like on question number 5 because the answer is 5?
I didn't number them anyway. It was all random. I went through a website that had trivia questions. I'm not this smart.
Gotta leave little hints. Are we gonna reuse the Kahoot?
I already used it last week for onboarding. Afterwards, we did some first in Purdue trivia.
Dang it.
Okay, everyone is up. What is the tallest breed of dog in the world?
A giraffe.
A giraffe is not a breed of dog, Chase.
Says you. You're not a biologist.
You're right.
A giraffe is not a form of dog.
Everyone's got it written down. The answer is a Great Dane. So if you got it right, go ahead and like raise it up.
I was torn between 2 and that was the other one.
One team.
It looks like right now Team 2 is in the lead.
You're gonna beat Team 2. How is that possible? There's somebody Team 1.
I know, you would think it would be one of the Team 1s.
All the points are spread out.
The next topic is chemistry.
Oh, gotta know chemistry, my dude. The answer's hydrogen. Got it.
When in doubt, it's always hydrogen.
Okay, so the question is, what is Avogadro's number? Like the actual number.
Freshmen are gonna win it.
Jack, you did not hesitate.
That was 7 years ago. Something to the negative 14.
Honestly, 1 6 pays out, so if you're struggling, 4 is even more impressive. Does everyone have something right now? Okay, and the answer is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. Huh? Yes, if you put 6 times... Oh yeah, that's good, that's good.
I'm like the complete opposite of chemistry.
The next topic is going to be anatomy.
No, I'm not even taking that shot.
We're getting near the end, so make sure at least everyone in your team has gotten a chance to go. I don't remember which question is the last one, so.
Hippocampus. The ulterior deltoid.
That's not the answer.
Mitochondria is a powerhouse of a cell.
And the question is, how many ribs are in a human body?
Wait, it's different.
Why don't you just start counting?
How many ribs are the lack of ribs?
I mean, I guess it's most people have had a human rack of ribs. Okay, everyone's got an answer down. The answer is 24. If you got it right, go ahead and like raise it down and get 2 points.
I would do that with 24 and 6 and I wrote down
Oh, awesome. Everyone is on the board. And it looks like Team 1 and Team Name are all catching up on Team 2. We have a few questions left.
I can't go on
The next topic is geography.
We got this.
I wasted my chance. I don't only get points now.
Okay, everyone's got enough here. The question is, what is the world's biggest island?
Yeah, I know.
In Pangea.
Exactly. I know that's
I don't know. What's the definition of city? I was wondering.
Okay, everyone's got something written down. The answer is actually Greenland.
Why is it like Asia and Europe on one island? That's the entire continent.
Well, I just said you couldn't put it though. I don't think it's technically considered an island.
What about Australia?
Greenland's bigger. I think it's one of those things where it just like looks smaller because it's so yeah. The next topic is food.
Yep. There's only one more after this, right?
There's 12 total. Yeah, this is 11. So this is the second to last one.
We're gonna lose team 2.
We're sure you can't change it to be a sports question.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna get both of these right.
I am so
Okay, everyone's got a piece of paper. The question is, what is the common name for dried plums?
Come on, Ethan, please go. I know this. You not know this. I'm gonna cry.
We would have lost this one. Yeah, I wouldn't know that anyway. We would have lost this one.
Is it common?
Okay, looks like everyone has written something down. The answer is prunes. So if you got it right, go ahead and let Grace know.
Is it common? You don't know.
Okay, going into the last question. It looks like we have a lot of teams tied for first right now, so this could really be a winner-takes-all kind of question.
We have to stay on our own.
Okay, and the topic is astronomy.
I have to be honest.
You should say just write Orion's belt.
So I figured may as well give us something that actually should be right.
I could have done this one probably.
Everyone grab their piece of paper. The question is, what is the hottest planet in our solar system?
Whichever one I'm on.
Please tell Earth. I think I know. Write it down.
We got the best answers. We got global warming. We got.
Definitely Orion's belt.
Yeah, that's how I was like, when you said that, I was like, yeah, it's like,
I don't remember either.
Alright, it looks like everyone's got an answer now. So the answer is Venus. Yeah, Mercury is the closest to the sun, but it's not the hottest planet. It's the greenhouse effect.
That's okay.
Give us that crook.
You got it right. You got it right. I think it's like something like number 30 something.
I just remember something about it.
Oh, we have so many times.
Did we still end up?
Hey, Kate, there's a 5-way tie.
Someone may have left their pen if you want to come grab it.
Kate, there's a 5-way tie.
Yeah, there is a 5-way tie.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker sports question.
Yeah, let me Google one real quick.
I have trivia questions.
How many points did Presbyterian
Yeah, do you want to give
Yeah, sure. Oh my God.
He's the one answering for us also.
Oh, wait.
Wait, can you I know.
Can a representative from each of the first place tie teams please come up?
Wait, we're not tied for first. I can do it.
Yeah, so if you have a trivia question.
I'm so
Oh, but
excited.
hey, we didn't category.
Well, you gotta give us a category first.
Well, we did category. We're getting a question. I was not expecting a four-way, five-way tie.
What will the category?
Look up a random article and look at people.
All these are meant to be in that
One more
Category science.
Blake Bortles.
To the bottom.
Combined, one more Stanley Cups than.
Oh, that's a good.
What NFL player has more trophies than a single NFL team? Yeah.
All these are pretty good.
What?
I've drafted Blake Bortles on my fantasy team every summer. Just for fun. Just to have him sit there on
I
my
drafted Lauren with my team.
I don't think it's that easy. I don't
Like 60.
If nobody gets one, we should get
Okay, so this one's over video games.
I have a gaming PC. I
got a.
It's not me.
don't know, but I don't play with it. I know a fair bit.
We're actually just going to do the first person who says it gets it. Yeah. Well, no, it's not like everyone gets it right.
Let's say go buzzer. Do you want to go?
And if no one gets it, we'll ask a different question. Yeah, so say as soon as you know it.
Not like FPS stuff.
I play Call of Duty.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I only play Minecraft.
I have played Call of Duty.
Wait, but don't listen so that we can see. I want you to, you're in charge of figuring it
Sorry, like raising
Might be a little
like how
difficult
does
to.
this work? You just say it. Okay.
Would you have to say a lot or you raise?
Hand raise.
Smack the table.
So they might be a little difficult to mask. I'll do hand raise. Okay. The famous video game Tetris, which has sold over 495 million copies worldwide, was created by a citizen of what nation in 1984?
Russia?
No.
The Soviet Union?
That's correct. Looks like Team 2 ended up being our winners.
So guys, first, team 1 is 37.
I have a little bit of a trick question in it, so. Russia was a good guess. You were close. Yeah, since this is a first leadership class, and this is considered a leadership workshop. So basically, kind of some things that this is supposed to help you work on. The obvious is teamwork. Obviously, you guys are working with a team. Additionally, communication, so talking with each other, figuring out who is going to be the best at answering the questions, as well as delegation, acknowledging that you aren't always the best person on your team to answer a question, and someone else may have the know-how to do what needs to be done. And then maybe you also learned a little bit of trivia along the way. But if you didn't scan it earlier, here's the QR code to scan so that we can track your attendance for today. And if you already have, then you are free to go.
So my, so this is really funny. I was getting it. My guess was
Oh yeah, last time we did trivia, we did trailers.
oh, so let's please do exactly what
I just like sign that and then scan it and email it.
Stuff fine too.
Okay,
get that. Are you in the Slack? The four?
I just actually submitted my thing.
Okay, go ahead and, this is the
I'll see you tomorrow, man. And then,
Grace, sub-team interviews, those are next week, right?
Yeah, they're next week. I'm sending up the sign out this week.
So look for that, that's when you will talk to me.
I think it's something to do with you aren't good, so.
Because the squares on it are, like you can see some of them around it.
I think it's just a look.
Have you members been added to the slide yet?
Some have. Yeah, the ones who have like already been submitting their stuff, and we've been able to.
Okay, Trivia pulled off some pretty good things.
Are you just starting? Yeah.
How would I do it?
If you just want to write your name down.
Okay. Sorry.
Take a picture quick.
Okay, get right.
And I know I'm 9'7" even.
Should I put down my email also?
Sorry, I'm also trying to get my.
Should I put down my
Oh, no, shit.
And it'll make it way less dots. I tried like 3 different like scanners and it was like
Yeah, I was looking at
Okay, that's something we're going to take all of the members.
It's not zero, but it's definitely close.
So you still haven't done that?
Yeah, so probably just
Alright, thank you.
But the motion and like driving is
Hey, Chase, I just thought of something. So we were talking about running all the grip rolls as separate batteries, right? And that means you do 2 breakers. One for grip rolls, one for the wide battery. You're assuming they never actually power the same system together.
you could do 2 breakers. We want to add curves.
Well, because what I'm thinking is if you put those 2 batteries together into the PDB, you're going to be powering both systems with both batteries.
Would it cause major problems?
No, it wouldn't, because I don't use on a 120 amp.
Where's the real purpose of
The breaker is literally just a credit to single more than and that really depends on what's line. Because you change 6 different batteries together and it still wasn't Yes, I'm talking about the FRC breaker.
That's probably a smarter way to go. Because realistically, the peripheral.
But then again,
Are you pulling up the
But
challenge?
also,
And then you
like,
can
you draw. See, it's one thing with the breaker's rated for a certain amount, which makes sense for motors to draw tons of.